Hey, Karan here with your child tax credit update, which is turning out to be a disaster. So, the idea behind the advanced child tax credit was to help families pay for rent, food, and other necessities. But nearly 5 million families didn't receive their child tax credit payments this month. Let's talk about why and what to do next. So, last Friday, the IRS released a statement saying that about 15% of families that received the child tax credit in July via direct deposit will receive this month's payment by mail. And not because the families chose to receive their payment by mail, but because of a technical issue by the IRS. This means roughly 5 million households didn't receive their payment on August 13th as expected, and will now have to wait until the end of August to receive a check. Were you one of the 15% that didn't receive a payment? If so, leave a comment below and let's keep each other updated. Mail checks will be sent to the address the IRS has on file for you. Now, last month, the IRS had another issue with child tax credit payments that affected parents with the Individual Tax Identification Number, or ITIN, where they did not receive a July payment. For those affected by that issue, the IRS stated that you should have received partial payment for July on August 13th, and the remainder will be sent in another payment in late August. Additionally, if you have been the victim of tax-related identity fraud, you will not receive a child tax credit payment until that issue has been fixed with the IRS. If they're not fixed in 2021, you will get the full amount owed to you after you file your 2022 tax returns. Lastly, if your 2020 tax returns is still processing, that may be the reason you have not received payment yet. As mentioned in previous videos, the IRS is simply backlogged by millions of tax returns and haven't provided much detail on how fast they are working through that backlog. As a reminder, you should receive the rest of this year's child tax credit payments on September 15th, October 15th, November 15th, and December 15th. Here is a chart that shows the payment schedule and the max you can receive per child. Feel free to reference this video later or take a screenshot so you don't forget. In general, all payments should hit your account by the 15th and should be labeled CHILDCTC within your bank account so you know it is for the child tax credit. By the way, if you appreciate the information in this video, go ahead and hit that like button for me so others can see it on YouTube, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future updates. If you haven't received payment for July or August yet, but believe you are eligible, take the following steps. First, double check to make sure your information is correct by visiting the online update portal. You're going to want to verify that your banking information is correct, including your account information and routing number, and that you have not opted to receive a check by mail. If the IRS does not have your bank account information, you will have until Monday, August 30th to add it if you want to receive a direct deposit. Once again, if you were mailed a check, the IRS will use the address they have on file for you. The address used will come from your 2020 tax return or your 2019 tax return, whichever has processed. Now, if that information has changed, that may cause your check to go to the wrong address. Unfortunately, you will have to wait until late summer to update certain information in the portal, such as your mailing address, income, and number of dependents. Next, go ahead and use the update portal to look at your processed monthly payment history. This history will show you if you have pending payments that just haven't hit your bank account yet, or payments that have been delivered. If you have not used the update portal before, you will need to register with your IRS username and ID.me account information. Lastly, if you haven't received your money, you can request a trace through the IRS, meaning you can track down where your money is. To do so, you will need to fax or mail Form 3911 to the IRS, where you would normally mail your tax returns. Note that it can take up to 60 days before you hear a response, and if you file taxes jointly, both parents will need to sign the form to start the payment trace process. Now, before requesting a trace, the following conditions must be met so you don't jump the gun before the payment reaches you. If the payment was sent by direct deposit, you must wait 5 days after the IRS sent the payment. If the payment was sent by mail to a standard address, you must wait 4 weeks after the payment was sent. Now, if the payment was sent by mail to a forwarding address, you must wait 6 weeks after the payment was sent. And if the payment was sent by mail to a foreign address, you must wait 9 weeks after the payment was sent. As you can see, being paid by mail is simply the slowest method of payment, and therefore it is always recommended to use direct deposit to receive your payments if possible. Now, what if you are receiving payments, but the payment is less than expected? So your child tax credit payments may be more or less than you expect. And that's due to your monthly payment being based on your most recently processed tax return, either the 2019 federal return or the 2020 return. Now, the IRS has said that the August payments reflect information on tax returns that have been processed by August 2nd. Note that I continually use the word processed and not filed or processing. Whichever return has processed is the information that will be used for the payments. If your situation has changed since then, but is not reflected in the payments, you will have to wait until the IRS updates the online portal to allow you to update your information. Now, I'll continue to update you all on when new information comes in regarding tracking payments, updates to the portal, and more. But do me a favor, hit that like button on this video so others can see it, and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future updates. I'm Karan from LYFE Accounting. Until next time.